Welcome to Code Now. Today we are going to build the foundations of string. So let us start the session. Today, what exactly is the schedule or the topics that we are going to cover are we are going to see what is a string. We are going to see how a string is stored in memory. We are going to see string indexing, accessing characters in a string, creation of strings, what is slicing, built-in functions, and at the last we will be checking what is traversing. So let us start from the start. What is a string? A string is a sequence of characters. Characters can be either alphabets, digits, special characters, or a combination of all these things. Strings are usually denoted inside the single quotations or the double quotations. Now, what are the examples of the string? Here we are having hello. Hello is written inside the double strings. So it is a string. And hello contains only alphabets. Hello does not contains any other special characters or digits. Whereas the second example, Ram 123. What are the characteristics of a string? It should be written inside double quotations. So this is a string. It contains characters, which is alphabets and numbers. Now data underscore structures. Here also we are having an underscore. It is also considered as a character. Let's move to the next point. Strings are basically used in searching and pattern matching, passwords and usernames, URLs, JSON, and input parsing. How the strings are stored in memory. A string is stored as a continuous memory locations. Each character occupies 1 byte. Characters are stored in ASCII values. Here is an example, cat. Now cat is stored in a continuous memory block. If we see, consider the address of C is 0. The next immediate part is 1. So the next immediate integer is 1. Therefore we are storing the character A at address 1. Similarly goes to the second thing. So that's how we store the strings in memory. Strings are immutable in many languages like Python, Java, whereas we can use some built-in functions in Java to replace the characters in a string. Whereas in C language, we will see how exactly strings are created. In C language, you can change the values there itself. So let us move to the next topic, which is string indexing. What exactly is in string indexing? Every character has an index. I mean, that particular character is represented with a special index value in that string. And index starts from 0. Let us take an example. Hello. The index is 0. The start index is 0. The 0th index element represents the first character, which is H. Moving to the next index, which is 1. The first index is representing value E or character E. Second index is representing L. Third index is representing L, and fourth index is representing O. That's how indexing is given. Now, how exactly do we access each character in a string? So, to access a character, we are having two kinds of indexing in Python itself, whereas in Java and C language we are only having one kind, which is positive indexing. Especially in Python, we will have both positive indexing and negative indexing. Let us take beautiful example and try to understand how exactly do we do or how exactly do we implement these positive and negative indexing. Here we are given an example, hello, starting from the index 0 up to n, which is 4, and here this is how we access the element. We know that the 0th element is H, but To print that element, we need to give s of 0. S in the sense the variable in which the string is stored. S of 0 will give us h. This is how the syntax is written in both Python and C. Whereas in Java, we use char at function. What exactly is char at function? The name itself suggests that character at index. Character at this particular index. So char at index is 0. S dot char will return the character that is being stored at that particular index, which is h. Now, moving up to the next. If we want the second element, how are we going to take it? The second element is sitting in the first index, right? So, simply we can give it as s of 1. S of 1 will return e. This will be in Python and C. In Java, s dot char of 1 will return as e. So this is how positive indexing is working. Let us move to the negative indexing. Negative indexing means traversing from the last, and the last element is indicated by -1, and the last element is indicated by -1. So s of -1 will return as O, whereas if we want to traverse it from the forward indexing, we will be writing something like s of 4. Moving up to the next thing. Moving up to the next thing, we are written something like s of -2. S of -2 will return us the second element from the right side of the section. It will return L. If we want from the start, the index at which L is sitting is s of 3. S of 3 will return us L. We will take deeper implementation or deeper example to understand how exactly things are working. Let me just give you a brief clarity. H E L L O, and the index starts from the forward indexing starts from 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4, whereas the negative indexing starts from somewhere like -1, -2, -3, -4 and -5. For suppose we want to traverse the index L, I mean the character L. Now we have two methods. Either we can go from left to right, or we can go from right to left. It is our wish. We can use according to our convenience. This is only in Python, remember that. So if we want from forward indexing, we will write our command something like s of 2 will return as L. If we want some backward indexing, we will be writing s of 3. This will return as L. Now, so I hope you have got a clear understanding of how to access each character in a string. Let us move to our next concept, which is creation of strings. How exactly our strings are created? We have two methods in most of the languages, or especially in Python and Java. We have two methods to create a string, which is using a string literal or using constructor. What exactly is a literal means? A string literal means nothing but a variable which is storing a string value. How exactly is a string value is written? A string value is written inside the double quotations. So if we write something like s is equal to hello, inside the double quotations it will be directly considered as a string. And what is a constructor? A constructor is an automatically executable function of a class. Now here, what is a class? A string is a class. If we write string of hello, it will be automatically creating one string of hello for us. So this is how we create in Python. In a similar way we will be creating in Java, but Java needs to explicitly mention the data type. So here string of s1 is equal to hello. If you want using constructor, we will be writing something like string s2 is equal to new strings. Here string is a class. Now in C language, how do we do? In C language, each string is considered as a character. I mean, string is a collection of characters. In C language, we store them as character array. Whereas in Python and Java, we are given string class, but in C language, we store it as an character array. So this is how the syntax is in C language. Let us see the implementation of creation of strings and as well as accessing of the characters in a string in Python. So I have got my VS Code open. Let us write this as basics.py file and let us try to create it. S is equal to, let us give code now. We will print this and we are printing this using literal, right? So we will write literal comma the variable yes. And now we want to create another string using a string class. So str is the class. This is how we pass the value. Let us pass code now using constructor. Code now using constructor. And we will print the same. Print of using constructor comma the variable name. Let us try to execute this and then we will be moving to accessing of strings. The run command is python 3. I guess, yeah. Python 3 basics.py. So we have got our strings using literal, our strings using constructor. Let us now deeply check how to access each string. So this is a big number, right? The length is, the size of this string is huge. So we will take this example. We will try to print s of 0. We will try to print s of 8, s1 of 8. We will try to print off s1 of something like we can take, let us take 20. Let us see what exactly the output is. And yeah, first of all let us execute all the forward indexing and then we will check the same for the negative indexing. Let me just once again run the command. So here it is. S of 0 is capital C. S of 8 in the sense 0. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. S7 and 8. 8 is U. And we are given S of 20, right? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 20th character is U. So this is how it is done in forward indexing or positive indexing. Let us now try to understand the negative indexing implementation. S1 of, let us print -1. Let us try to also print S1 of -2. And then we will print something like S1 of -25. Let us see what is the output. Oh, we got some interesting outputs. So this is our negative indexing. We'll just try to print one extra line so that we will get which is positive indexing. and we will also see which is negative indexing. Negative indexing. So now we will get a clear idea which is positive indexing, which is negative indexing. So yeah, S1 of -1 returned as R, which is the last character. S1 of -2 returned as O, which is just before the last character. Now we need to go up to -25. Let us see this: -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, -9, -10, -11, -12, -13, -14, -15, -16, -17, -18, -19, -20, -21, -22, -23, -24, -25. So -25th element is C, capital C. So we have got the output. This is how the positive indexing and negative indexing is done. Now let us go to the next concept, which is what exactly is slicing. Slicing is used to extract a substring. What exactly is a substring? A substring is a subpart in a string. How exactly do we extract this substring? In Python we have a syntax which is a string of start, end and step. What is the start, step and end? Start in the sense the starting value of the string. End in the sense the ending value in a string. Whereas the step value in the sense how many characters do we need to access one by one. Either we need to access 2 characters at a time, 3 characters at a time, or 1 character at a time. We will take an example and try to understand very deeply this slicing concept, because slicing is an important concept in all languages. So let us try to understand this. We'll take a good example and try to get all key points noted. Well, let us take this same example. Hello Python. We will be giving our indexing values. Both the indexing, we'll first understand the concept very deeply. So the forward indexing starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. The empty string is also considered as a character. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now let us give the negative indexing values, and then we will deep dive into the slicing. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, -9, -10, -11, -12. Now, how do we slice the string? We are given a syntax which is S of string of start colon end colon step. We will understand both the forward indexing and as well as backward indexing. Let me just change the color. Yeah. Now we want only this. We are given a complete string, right? Hello Python. I want only this part, hello part, or I want only the Python part. How are we going to do this? We will see it. The index of hello is starting from 0, right? So obviously my substring must start from 0th index, and I need up to hello. So the at most thing we will be going up to wo part. Now in syntax it was given that start value is inclusive, which means the Python includes the start value. End value is exclusive, which means Python does not include the end value. So we must give one more extra character. if we access up to till this point, then our output will come up to O. So this is how we access the thing. Now you might ask that what is step? Step in the sense increasing the value character by character. Now here we know that S of 0 will give us H, S of 1 will give us E, S of 2 will give us L, S of 3 will give us L, S of 4 will give us O. This is a very much tedious accessing concept. We can access the whole hello part at a single stretch. Now what exactly is the step value means? Here if you see it clearly, the 0th is increased by 1, 1 is increased by 2, 2 is increased by 3, 3 is increased by 4, which means we are increasing the character by character by 1. So that's the step value. Now let us write neatly. So what have we understood? S of start in the sense 0, the starting index, end in the sense the ending value, which is 5, the step value is 1. Now this will written as hello. Let us also understand the negative indexing concept for this particular example. The negative indexing starts from -8, it goes up to the end, which is -12, and it will be decreasing -1, -1, -1, -1. So the step value is -1, start value is -8, the stop value is, or the end value is -12, which is -13, because we need to give one extra character. Let me just write it for you neatly. S of -8 up to the last character. So we don't know the last character, or since it is written neatly, so we can just write -13 and -1. What will this return? This will return from the last part. It will return something like this: OLLEH. Now these two things are not matching, right? So how exactly are we going to do that? Let us try to understand it. So we not need this in reverse part. We need in exact same thing. Now we need to understand the slicing concept here. When you are starting from the negative indexing, it will be considering from this part. The start value is given as -8, it will be going up to the last. This is how it is given. This is called negative traversing, right? But the output will be returning something like this in reverse part. Now we need it in hello itself. I mean, our requirement is this. How are we going to do that is, we need to start our string from -12 and then move till -7. What will be the step value is, it is interesting. What is the next immediate thing is -11. Our index is -11, requirement is -11. How do we get into this position? We just add 1. I mean, add the character 1. Now -12 plus 1 is -11. So that is the step value. So let me just write it for you. We need to start from -12. We need to go till -7, and +1 is my step value. This will return me hello. So I hope you have understood the concept of negative slicing here, because if you start from -8, it will be giving in reverse order. If you start from -12, it will be giving you in the actual order. So I hope you have understood the slicing concept very well. Let me just go back, and that's how it is written in Python. We'll try to implement it in Python once. This will be giving you much more clarity. We will implement this here itself. print um, this is slicing, right? Slicing. We will take in another example. S is equal to the same example that we have to teach it till now. Hello Python. I want only hello part. So print S of, we'll start from 0, go till 5, and the step value is 1. This will be giving us hello. Now I want only Python part. What is the starting index of Python? P. P starts from 6. It goes up to 11. So S of, the starting index is 6. The stop index is 11, which means 12. And my step value is 1. Now print of, we'll try from the backwards. Backwards minus 8, minus 13, plus 1 was the first thing, right? This will be giving us an reverse order. Whereas if we start from minus 12, go up to minus 7, and if I increase each value, this will be giving us, here it is minus 1. Now this will be returning us in actual order. Let us test and see what exactly is the output. So yes, we got hello, we got Python separately, we got hello in reverse order, we got actual order in negative indexing. Now, so this is the slicing concept. Now let us go back and see how exactly it is done in Java. The syntax of Java is string dot substring of start comma end. In Java we don't have any kind of an step value concept. By default the step value is 1. It will increase the character one by one. So let me read out the start and the end. Start in the sense starting index, it is inclusive. End in the sense ending index, which is exclusive in all the languages. String is a class, substring is a function. Now how do we do it in C language? We need to build our own function. C language does not support any kind of string functions. We need to build it on our own. Now let us deeply dive into built-in functions, because these functions are very much used in any competitive question. Let us understand what are the built-in functions that are given in strings. So let us take an example, hello. Now length of s. So what exactly is length of s? Length function returns as number of characters present in a string. So here the characters that are present is H, E, L, L, O. We are having 5 characters, therefore the output is 5. Let us move to the second function that is given. It is lower and upper. What is lower and upper? Lower in the sense converting the complete string or that particular character into lowercase. Let me rephrase this. If a particular character is in capital letter, it will convert into small letter. That is the functionality of lower. What does upper do? Upper in the sense converting the lowercase character into uppercase character, which is capital letter. So what is the output here? S dot lower gives us the complete string in lowercase. S dot upper will give us complete string in uppercase. Let us move into the next built-in function, which is alpha, digit, and alpha numeric. What is alpha? Alpha in the sense it will check that if in the given string, if the string is made up of alphabets or not. The string must contain only alphabets. No other digits or no other special characters are allowed. It only checks if the string is made up of alphabets. Here the string is containing only alphabets, therefore it will be returning true. Now What is digit function? Digit in the sense it will check if the string is completely made up out of digits. The string should contain only digits. No alphabets are allowed, no special characters are allowed. Then only it will be returning true, or else it will return false. Even one character is out of the digits, it will return false. In this example, we don't have any kind of digits, so therefore it will be returning false. What is alphanumeric? Is alphanumeric in the sense it will be checking if the string contains either alphabets or it contains either digits. If it contains both, then it is pretty good, but the most important function of this is it will be checking if it contains alphabets or digits. So here in this example we are given hello, which is containing alphabets, so the output will be true. Here it is given wrong, the output will be 2. I will show you it in implementation part. The next function that is very important is split. Now what is split? It will be splitting the given string into subpaths. Now where does this split occurs? Whatever the value that we give here, there the splitting occurs. Here a string is given a comma b comma c. Now we are going to split it at comma position. Wherever my comma comes, the string will be splitted. So the output is list of the splitted characters or the splitted strings will be given in a list format, and that's how it is made. Now moving up to the next function, which is join. What is join? Join is we are given a consider a characters or string of array. I mean a array contains strings. We need to join all the strings into one particular string. To join them we use join function. We can join either each string we can be separated by hyphen, or we can just join it as a simple function or a simple string. So this is what join function does. Let us move to the next function, which is count. Count will count the number of characters, the occurrence of a character in a string, or it will be counting the number of times this particular character appeared in a string or in a substring. Here count of L is given. This count of L will be counting L 2 times. In our example hello, L is present 2 times, so the output will be 2. Now let us see how the syntax is written in Java. Python and Java. Length function is written as L of s in Python. In Java it is written as L dot length. Accessing the character is written as s of I, whereas in Java we use something like character at and index value. Substring is written something like s of a colon b. In Java it is written as s dot substring of a comma b. The lowercase is written as s dot lower, whereas in Java we use 2 lowercase. Uppercase is written as s dot upper. In Java it is written 2 uppercase. Split is written s dot split. In Java also it is written s dot split. Replace function is also same in both the things. Now this is using string class. We haven't checked these functions still, which is alpha, is digit, alphanumeric. These functions are character functions. We will be checking each character here, whereas these functions are applied on complete string. If we want to apply on particular character, we use character functions, character class in Java, whereas in Python it is similar, same. To check if an alphabet is to check if the string contains alphabet or not, we have isAlpha function, whereas in Java we use character class, which is character dot isLetter. For checking for a string is digit or not, we use s dot isDigit, whereas in Java class we use something like isDigit, character dot isDigit. Alphanumeric is alnum. In Java we use it as character dot isLetter or digit. To convert it or to check if the string is lowercase or not, we use isLower. To check if the function is if the string is in uppercase or not, we use isUpper. To check if it contains white spaces, we use isSpace. Whereas in Java we use character dot isLower, is lowercase, character dot is uppercase, character dot is white space. Now let us try to implement the built-in functions in Python. Let us create a file, name it as build.py. Now what was the first function that we have seen? First let us create the string. So let us take code now. The first function was the length function. So let me write length. How to use it? Length of s. And what was the second function? Convert to lowercase. So we'll just try to print s dot lower. What was the next function? Convert to uppercase. Print of s dot upper. What was the next function? It was to check if it was an alpha, is alpha function, right? To check if the string contains alphabets, only alphabets. So we'll try to print s dot is alpha. What was the next function? Is digit, right? I hope you will understand what does is digit do. It will basically check if the string contains digits or not. Only digits, remember. S dot is digit. S dot is digit. Yeah. And the next one was is alphanumeric. So we'll just try to print it is alphanum. I told you to remember this function, right? Because I wanted to show you one point. This function contains, it will be checking if it contains alphabets or numbers. If either one is true, it will return true. So yeah. And the next one was to check if it was is lower. If the complete string is in lower or not, in lower case. S dot is lower. And the final function was s dot upper. Print s dot is upper. And after all this we had a count function, right? So let me just print s dot count of what we want to count. We want to count n. Capital N, how many times it got repeated. So this was another function. And what was the other function we had? We had something like split function, right? The most important function. Split function. So let me just take a string, new string basically, and A, B, C, D, E is my string, and I need to print the string where I need to split the string wherever there is an empty space. So this will be returning an completely new list. And my other function was to join function, right? Join function. Let me take one list of strings A, B, comma C. Yeah, this is enough. And we will print it. We'll add it with no separator. Join of S. Now let us just try to run this and check if our predictions are correct or not. Python 3 build.py. So let me check one by one. The length of the string is 7. It has converted to lowercase. It did convert to uppercase. It is containing only alphabets. It does not contain any digits. It contains alphabets. So that's the reason why is alpha num is returning true. Now what else we got? False. We got is lower is false because it is in camel case. I mean it is in yeah, C and N are in uppercase. So therefore the is lower function is returning false. Similarly, is upper returns false. And split function, I mean count function, capital N is returning only one time. Therefore, that's the reason why it has written 1. Now, split function is returning what? Split function is returning list of strings separated or splitted at empty space. Now what is join function is returning? It is basically joining all the strings. So that's the built-in functions. Now I want to show you one small thing here. The first index element is in lowercase, right? How do we check it? We can check it as of the first index is lower or not. So yeah, here we'll just leave it like this itself. I'll try to print it separately. If the first index is lower or not, we can check it like this. Just pass the character value. S of 1 will give us the first index character, and we will be checking if that particular character is lower or not. So the last thing is S of 1, it is in lower case, right? Let me just print the S of 1. What was the error? Capital B. Somewhere we are missing it. Okay. We have redefined the S, right? So let me keep it before the count split function. Now it will be coming, no problem. So yeah, small letter O is in lowercase, therefore it has written true. So this is how we check for character wise. And now let me move to the next part, which is traversing. Now what exactly is traversing means? Traversing means visiting each character of a string one by one. We have two types of traversing: forward traversing and negative traversing. Let me give you a brief example and then we'll go to the execution. So let me take a nice example. I will explain you both forward and negative, forward and backward, or positive or negative, you can call it anything. So we'll take positive traversing and negative traversing. I will explain you very quickly these two examples and we can execute it. So let me just, now this is, oh sorry, my bad. Now this is forward indexing or traversing, you can call it forward traversing, and the other one is backward traversing. Backward traversing. Now what is this traversing means? So now let me take one example, which is same. We'll take this itself, it will be very quickly done, and let me write the index values. Backward traversing does not mean that we will be traversing using negative indexing. Remember this point. Forward traversing means we will be traversing from left to right part. In forward traversing, we will be traversing from left to right. Whereas in backward traversing, we will be traversing from right to left. Basically in reverse order. So this is the basic difference between forward traversing and backward traversing. Now, forward traversing, in the sense, the name itself is telling that we will be traversing from starting to the end completely. Now to do this, we also have a small thing that how can we get the first letter? We can get it s of 0 is equal to h. The second letter can be drawn by s of 1. Third letter can be drawn by s of 2. Fourth letter can be drawn by s of 3. Fifth letter will be drawn by s of 4. What will be the outputs? H, E, L, L, O. For example, let us take an string which has length of 100 letters. Will we write in the same technique? Obviously no, because it would take 100 of lines. Let us take a string of length 1000. Will you write 1000 lines to access each character? Obviously no, because it takes very much time. What can we do? Let us try to observe things here, what is happening exactly. The first value is 0, output is h. Second value is 1, output is 2. Third value is 2, output is L. Fourth value is 3, index is 3, value is L. When index is 4, value is O. We are traversing element by element. How are we traversing? Using index. How the index is changing for each character? The index is changing by 1. If you see properly here, initially the index starts with 0, it got incremented by 1, 1 got incremented by 2, 2 got incremented by 3, 3 got incremented by 4. So, can we use any loop here? Because we are repeating the same statement just by changing this one particular thing. We are just incrementing the index values. Nothing we are doing here. We are just incrementing the index values. Can we use any loop here? Because it is a continuously, we are increasing. How many times we are increasing? Till the end of the string. So, obviously we can use a loop here. Let us take for loop and try to understand how exactly our things is being done. So, from where are we starting the for loop? For I is equal to 0, comma, 1, comma, up until the length of string, we must check if the index is, we need to check the condition, right? I less than length, and I will be increased by 1, so I plus plus, and we are just printing the thing s of I. Now what is happening here? How each iteration is changing. Now when I is equal to 0 and I mean when I is equal to 0, 0 is less than the length, right? The length is 5, and it will return s of 0, which is h. This is for first iteration. When I is equal to 1, when I is equal to 1, 1 is less than 5, it will return s of 1, which is e. When I is equal to 2, 2 is less than 5, it will return s of 2. When I is equal to 3, it will return s of 3, which is L. When I is equal to 4, 4 is less than 5, it will return s of 4. So this is how each iteration is changing in forward traversing. Now what is backward traversing? Backward traversing in the sense moving from right to till the leftmost character. We will start from O, which is the last index, and we will move till the last. I mean till the 0. Now how to do this? Normally we can normally do it in this method. I'll just write you these things for you so that it will be very much clear how iteration is changing. So just give me 2 minutes. When I is equal to 0, 0 will be less than 5, it will become this. When I is equal to 1, 1 is less than 5, it becomes this. When I is equal to 2, 2 is less than 5, it becomes this. I is equal to 3, 3 is less than 5, this will execute this statement. When I is equal to 4, 4 is less than 5, this executes this statement. Now let me quickly write you the backward traversing. Normally we will do it in this way. S of 4 will return as O, S of 3 will return as L, S of 2 returns as L, S of 1 returns as E, S of 0 will return as H. Now, how to convert this as a loop? If you clearly observe here, it is starting from 4. In the next iteration, it is converting to 3. In the next part, it is converting 2. In the next part, it is converting to 1. In the next part, it is converting to 0. We can understand few things here. Our step value is -1 because from 4 to 0 it is decreasing. From 4 to 0 it is decreasing. How many times it is decreasing in each step? In each step it is decreasing by -1. So our step value is -1. That is fixed, right? Now, till at what condition do we need to stop the loop? Whenever my index value has become 0. Whenever my index value has become 0, we need to stop our loop. So let us construct the loop for this, so that you will be getting a clear picture. For I is equal to 0, sorry, we are not starting from 0. We will be starting from, if we are having 5 characters, we will be starting the before character. Like for example, here the length of S is 5. Here the length of S is 5. But the last index is 4 because the index is starting from 0. That's the reason the last index will be 4. Which means we need to start somewhere around 5 minus 1 will be giving us this. What is 5? Length of S. Length of S minus 1 will return us the last index value. That's how we find the last index value. Length of S minus 1. And I should be greater than or equal to 0. I minus minus. we'll just print this s of I. So this is the pseudocode. Now how each iteration is changing, let us just see that, and we'll just go to implementation then. When I is equal to 4, 4 is greater than 0, it will execute this. When I is 3, 3 is greater than 0, it will execute this. When I is 2, 2 is greater than 0, it will execute this part. When I is 1, 1 is greater than 0, it will execute this part. If I is equal to 0, 0 is greater than or equal to 0, therefore it will be executing this part. And after that, I becomes -1, but the loop never exists. So this is forward traversing and backward traversing. Let us quickly implement this part and check how things are changing. So let me just take a new file, traversing.py. Let me take a string which is code now. Now we will print forward traversing. Oh, sorry, forward traversing. And now what we will do a for loop for I in range of, we are starting from 0 and we are stopping up to the length, I mean number of characters. We will be increasing by 1 and we will just print it s of I. This is for forward traversing. Now what will be the let me write the output also here in comment lines. The output will be something like this. Like the first one will be H, second one will be E, and third one will be L, fourth one will be L, and the fifth line will be O. This is how my output will be printing. Let me just add the comment here. It should, yeah. So this is how my output will look. Now we will do the backward traversing. This is my expected output, okay? So now we'll go for backward traversing for I in range of, from where are we starting? We'll start from length of s minus 1, till which point we'll go up to, 0, which is basically the stop value. But in Python we don't have any kind of equal to symbol, right? Therefore we will decrease one more point, which is -1. It will go up to 0 and my step value is -1, and we will print s of I. So now let me just run this Python 3 traversing.py. So okay, so we have taken the example code now, so this output is not correct. Yeah, so we have got CODENOW in forward traversing, whereas in reverse order backward traversing we will be getting from WONEDOC. So just see, it is the same output. So this is how we do forward traversing and backward traversing. So again, forward traversing is moving through the string from left to right. Index increases from 0 to length -1. In Python it is written in this like this. In Java it is written something like this. The syntax may different, but overall the logic that I have explained is the same in all the languages. In C language it is written something like this. So this is how forward traversing is done. Now backward traversing, moving through the string from right to left, index decreases from length -1 to 0. In Python it is written in something like this. In Java it is written in something like this. In C language we are writing like this. And yeah, I hope you have guys understood everything about string. We have gone from basics to intermediate level. We have seen what are strings. We have seen how strings are stored. We have seen how to create it, how to access it, what is slicing, what is indexing, what are built-in functions, and finally we have seen the traversing part.